If you run an agency above $15,000 a month and you're trying to double your MRR by signing higher paying clients, but outbound hasn't worked for you, it's not your offer, it's simply just your system. What I do for my personal marketing agency that helps software companies over $1 million a year book more qualified demos is we enrich data using Clay, and then we automate the sending process using HeyReach. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I do it. I'm going to give you one of the 35 modules in my backend Create MRR AI program course. I'm going to give you that module. I'm going to show you exactly how you can start real conversations with actual companies that are prepared to sign $5,000 to $20,000 a month retainers without getting flagged, without getting restricted, without any of the spam. All right, you guys. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to set up these HeyReach accounts and set up seats too in HeyReach. Now, obviously, this is setting up accounts on HeyReach. Now, I'll be going over more in depth in the next upcoming modules about how to actually start sending type of messages, scripts, follow-ups, things like that. But this is simply just how to set up the account from scratch. So you go to HeyReach, it's linked down below, and then I'll sign into a completely new account that I just made with my other email address. You'll sign in here, and once you're actually taken into HeyReach, what you can do is you can check out the dashboard. This is the first thing they have. So they have the amount of connections you're sending, connections that are accepted, messages that are sent, messages that are replied, emails sent, emails replied. So the two metrics I want to explain first that we're going to be utilizing, or actually three different metrics, are connections, the messages sent, and then InMail sent. So these will go to two different places. This will go to InMail, and this will go to your average message outbox or inbox on LinkedIn. And obviously the connections are there. So we want to send blank connections because when we send them, what happens is we have a much higher likelihood of actually getting a response back if they're blank, rather than us just sort of introducing a little bit about us or our services or pitching them in any single way. So the flow here, I'll show you guys in a second, is going to look like we send out a LinkedIn connection, blank. It gets accepted. 24 hours after, send out a message, wait for a reply, send out another message. If they don't reply, I'll then follow up and book the call. It's a very straightforward process, but if it's not done correctly, it is a huge catastrophe. So we'll go down here into the second tab called LinkedIn accounts, obviously, and these are called senders. Now what you want to do is you want to click connect an account. And the best choice of what I do, I'm not going to do it fully here, but you want to do infinite login. All this takes is you go into LinkedIn and you actually click on your profile picture, and you have to do two-factor authentication, which you should already do anyways. It's already super helpful. So you'll come in here, you go into your settings and privacy, and you'll click sign in and security right here, and you'll just follow the directions that it actually says. Two-step, click setup. Where's two-step? Yeah, so two-step's on for me already, and if it's not on, you'd click it, and then you would enable it. And then it would allow you to send something. You guys are pretty familiar with this type of stuff. And then after that, then you click next. And then your LinkedIn email address you put in there. So right here, that's mine. And then my password. And then your secret key. And if you cannot find your secret key, you can click right here, and they have an entire form on how exactly to find it. Settings and privacy again, two-factor authentication. And then it generates you a key for every single account. And that's kind of where your key is, basically. So that's pretty straightforward. That should take you a couple minutes, if not like 30 minutes at most. And yeah, you obviously connect up the account. So with that being said, a lot of you guys in this program are done with you clients, and so you guys pretty much already have 4 to 5 different sender accounts. A lot of you guys already have that. Now you would only have that if one, you have a little bit of a larger budget. Again, these LinkedIn accounts are $79 a seat on HeyReach. And so if you do the math right here, you have 5 sending accounts, right? And they're $79 each. That's going to be like $390. So that being said, that is sort of seen as your ad spend each month. Now that's the way I like to show the difference, because a lot of people are like, hey, look, why am I doing this? Why did I even start doing this? I started doing this because I understood that I could put this money into paid ads to target these companies and these businesses, or
I can have personalized outbound that just goes directly to a company position that I know I'm going to get in front of very systematically every single time. And so instead of wasting literally $3, $4, $5,000 each month on ad spend, trying to filter out through other shit, I was like, I might as well just spend $300 for HeyReach, $40 for software, $100, for LinkedIn Sales Navigator per account, then have a total ad spend cost of the month of like, $1,200 or something like that. So I see that value a lot better. I've seen more results with it. Obviously, once your agency gets to $40,000 to $50,000 a month, you should really predictably start running paid ads, and have outbound kind of pushed back, but still on the side as a consistent acquisition method. My selfish intent for this entire program is to get you guys up and running with this specific outreach message. So you're probably already doing 40, 50K, whether you're doing paid ads with it, or whether you're just stuck with 10 to 30K. It doesn't really matter. This is going to supplement, it's going to help, and this is seen as another branch as your agency's marketing efforts sort of expand. So wherever your agency is right now, whether you're already doing something outbound, this is going to either supplement or simply just do much better than your current method that you're currently doing. Okay, so you're going to connect with those accounts. Obviously right here, if you don't have any seats, you're going to purchase the seats. The free trial on this account has expired, obviously, and yeah, price per sender is like $79. So you can also add in team members here as well. You can add in and invite members if you have a setter, if you have a closer. Again, linked below in some of those course modules are the ability for you to reach out to VAs and setters. Now, if you already have the LinkedIn accounts, then what you can do right here is you can actually have them come in here and take over your dashboard and everything like that, handle response management, so you're not in here every single day. And then you'll simply just click invite members, and then you'll enter an email address and send them an invitation. So down below here is leads. Obviously, when we add the leads, we want to add the leads in a CSV file, or we want to go to the LinkedIn search bar. So what you can do as well is you can go into LinkedIn Sales Navigator, and you can actually filter out what I showed you guys how to do in previous modules, or you can just go to LinkedIn search bar, and you can go here, and you can literally just type out, you can type out the exact company position that you want. So head of marketing here. So let's type out all heads of marketing. We're selecting people. Okay. We're selecting locations, United States. And then pretty much anybody head of sales or head of marketing here. And then we can also have them for connections too. And then I believe, let me see if this keyword works in regular LinkedIn. I know this one works in, software. So by simply just putting in the head of marketing for software, we're able to really filter this out. Now this is just my niche. Now you can do this for another vertical, or roofing, construction, roofing, home improvement. Play around with the filters, okay? Because head of growth or head of marketing, head of sales, whoever you're actually going after, it needs to be specific, right? And so right here we have a bunch of people who are head of New Holland construction, North America, head of growth initiatives, head of construction strategy and partnerships. And so when we're actually segmenting this out, we can take this list here, we can copy and paste the URL, and then we can actually just click continue here in HeyReach. And the really cool feature about this is that you can literally extract it from a URL. And obviously I don't have any connected accounts, but what you do from here is you just copy and paste this URL into the box. There should be a box right here if you have all your accounts linked up. Then it imports them, and etc., etc. So that's very, very, very helpful. Okay. Obviously, your network down here is just another tool in HeyReach. But what we're really going to focus on as well is campaigns. So you click new campaign, and let's just do test number 1. And I don't have an active subscription because this account is completely brand new. But what you'll do here is you'll click start a new campaign, and then all you will do is this. I'll draw it out on the Miro board. That way you guys can sort of see without me having to make a completely other account. So here's the thing. what you can do here with the Unibox, you can see everybody who has been sent a message and who has replied a message. And then the last thing here in integrations, we're going to start using things like Clay to personalize the leads. And this is what we're going to get into in one of the next upcoming videos. Obviously, you can connect your Clay pretty easily here. You do it by going inside the campaigns and actually being able to connect it. So I'll show you guys how to do that in a later course module. But in terms of this one, let me draw out the campaign structure of how it should look for you. So this is what we're looking to do here. We are looking to have a connection sent. Okay. Connection accepted. Okay. And mind you, they're not a lead at this point. They're just a connection. A lead is somebody who is interested in our product or service. So this is how the campaign flow should look. You have your Hey Reach campaign here. And you're sending out the connection. Connection accepted. I'll just draw it out for you guys because it's a lot easier on my row, honestly. 24 hours pass, and you'll want to send a message. Now, this is the message that we have been discussing and talking about for the previous couple of days or a couple of hours, depending on where you're at in the program. If you just joined up and you're already down here, hey, props to you. You're freaking taking advantage of everything super fast. So this is the message that we have constructed together on the onboarding call, or what you filled out before the onboarding call. So obviously, we're already understanding who we're going after in terms of new industry focus. Or you've already done some of your research, you've already kind of looked around, maybe you're not on the onboarding call just yet, we're about to go over that and the offer and everything. But what we're doing here is we are already figuring out who we're going to go after, okay? And so once we know who exactly the profile and customer avatar we're going after, that crafting of the message is what you guys will be doing down here as well. So let me show you guys an example of the message. I know I have plenty of them over here somewhere. Messaging engine, this should be it. So this is my message. You guys have seen, obviously you can't copy me because it's not going to work the same because you have different LinkedIn profile customization and stuff. But it's literally a quick question name. Hey name, I specialize in helping technical custom software teams go from project to project to consistent high ticket sales. It starts with 15 to 30 qualified demos per month. We guarantee results or we refund your full investment. Should I send over some more info? So this being said, we are now sending this as the message. Now, obviously what I've seen a lot of people do is I'll show you guys what happens to me every single day. I get pitched every single day from people on LinkedIn. So what these guys do here is literally this is more like a LinkedIn ad, but this is probably from Hey Reach. This guy Matt connected with me about 24 hours ago, right? I accepted it within 5 hours, and then he hits me with this message yesterday morning. So what he did here is obviously now he's trying to get me to pitch. He's trying to get his foot in the door. Okay, so he's using probably some sort of LinkedIn automation tool to connect with prospects, aka me, and then send him a message. So what's happening here is his outbound message is super bad. It's just terrible. Appreciate the connect. Whatever, dude. Everybody says that. Like this guy right here. Thanks for connecting. It's just inauthentic. Lots of business owners get nervous once referrals slow down. Okay, not me. My referrals never slow down. Do you already have a proactive outreach process in place? No, I just say I do custom marketing for software companies and it's all over my pages. Or is most new business just word of mouth / referrals? So if Matt took any sort of decent look at my profile, he'd be able to see that I literally do AI powered marketing for B2B software and agency owners like you guys. So this entire system that I'm teaching you guys here in the program, I do and implement in each software company. It's why I charge $10,000 plus a month for this type of stuff. Because I'm working with large software companies that are doing large outbound initiatives at scale. And so for Matt to be like, hey, do you have an outreach process in place? It's like, bro, if you took any look at my page, you'd see that I literally am building an AI powered marketing engine. Like, this is all I do, Matt. I'm just kidding. I'm being a little bit hard on him. But the entire point of this entire, claim that I'm trying to tell you guys and trying to make is that this is not personalized. And that's the issue with all of these different outreach methods, except for mine. Because we're still doing the same first half of what Matt did, sending out the connection to the prospect, waiting for it to get accepted. But here's where Matt went wrong. Matt is not using AI to personalize each message. So as I told you guys before, in the later course module videos, I will show you exactly how to integrate Clay to literally enrich leads from Clay into HeyReach. So each one of your custom messages looks custom and it's not copy and paste. This is what separates the red ocean from the blue ocean. This is what allows your booking call rate to go from 5% to 30%, because it's how custom, how personalized, and how niche down are you speaking to the prospect. Because guess what? You can tell I'm getting hit up almost damn near every single day by some sort of ad, some sort of outreach, some sort of marketing. It's just life. It just happens. But the ones that stand out are the ones that use clay.ai, which I will be showing you in future videos. I'm just trying to explain to you guys the psychology behind it. And that's how you win. So that being said, I had one more point I wanted to say, which I kind of forgot about. It just kind of blew past my mind. That's upsetting. What was I going to say? I was talking about LinkedIn here. Yeah, and then it's connection sent, just like what Matt did. Connection accepted, just like what I did. Wait 24 hours or wait 12, 24 hours. There's no perfect time frame here, obviously. Send a message. They don't reply. Follow up. So this would probably be after 2 days. And this would be after like 3 to 4 days, 3 to 5 days. And this is the last follow-up. Oops. Yeah. So this is what you're doing. And the point I was trying to make earlier too is that this campaign structure is used by a lot of people, right? Just like a lot of people are running ads on Meta, Facebook, and Instagram, right? Would you agree with me on that? Yeah, absolutely. But here's the difference. There's people on Meta ads, and there's people in Facebook and Instagram running ads that are making $1,000 a month, right? Then there's people using Meta ads that are making $100,000 a month. What's the difference? Is the platform different? No. Is the Facebook different? Is Instagram different? Is their profile different? I mean, probably. But the only difference is knowledge, implementation, and skill. The better you are at something, the more you will get paid, and the faster you will dominate your industry. So because I'm putting all of my focus on these minor steps, making them as personalized as possible, I'm 80-20 in my business, and I'm essentially just standing out from 99% of the other people, because I'm focusing 100% of my effort on personalization and making sure that this system is installed correctly, again, using Clay. Because what everybody's doing is super low barrier of entry. Anyone can come in here, start a free trial, or purchase a $79 seat for HeyReach and start sending messages just like Matt, right? The difference is personalization, customization, and profitability. That's literally it. That's what separates you. Because he was sending me a spray and pray message, I left him on red. And he's not going to be responded to. If he said, appreciate the connect, just noticed on your page, you market for software companies. There's something that I have in terms of marketing that I think you're losing out on a lot of money on without using. It's a 3-step process, 3-step follow-up process. Do you mind if I shoot you over an explainer video? Something like that. Because of that, It was copy and paste and didn't work. Now, this message is copy and paste. You're right. The reason why it's copy and paste is because we're using this for initial testing. So we're using this to make sure that our messaging works. But we're going to use this message, okay? But what we're going to do here is crazy. Look. So whichever niche you're specializing in, we're going to use Clay to type in industry specific for each company or each business. So when you're sending out the message on HeyReach, it's going to go something like this. If I'm reaching out to somebody who, let's say, helps dogs walk and stay up to like date on their shots, I'm literally saying I specialize in helping dog care clinics go from XYZ to XYZ. Even that little tweak of personalization is immense. Because if I sent that same person the message that I specialize in helping healthcare companies, they're like, I'm not really a healthcare company. If I sent a software company that sells a CRM like Go High Level, and I outreach to them and I said I help software companies go from project to project to consistent high ticket sales, it would go over their head because it's not applicable to them. It's not as personalized. But if I said I help out CRM oriented softwares increase their quarterly revenue by 20% using XYZ, I have their attention hooked. And that's only possible through Clay. And this is what separates you from Matt. Literally Matt Cinderberry, his name's Cinderberry, to me or anybody else or you. So I'm going to show you how to kill it with this system. Now that was a little bit more in depth of how you're going to set up setting accounts. I wanted to give you guys a in-depth walkthrough of HeyReach and what this thing kind of has to offer. But I'm telling you, 10% of the work's done with connecting accounts. 90% of the work is done with this Clay. Because we can have the perfect campaign structure, which I just laid out for you, out on the market and sending. But if it's not sending the correct amount of messages to the correct amount of people with the correct amount of wording, verbiage, and copy, it will never convert. You could send 100,000, your conversion rate would still be like 1%. Okay? In the upcoming videos, I show you how to segment these leads from Find Email. I show you how to scrape the leads with LinkedIn Sales Navigator. I'll give you guys data tracking sheets, which I'll add in a second here. They should already be there. This is the messaging engine, plug and play scripts. Obviously the outreach system is right here. And yeah, I'll show you guys exactly how you're going to send out more of these messages. Okay. So I have a lot to do in terms of building out more of this course. So I'm going to get back to it, but I hope this video helped in terms of actually creating, your HeyReach account, connecting your accounts, and then, making sure you're tracking them. So off the bat, add in 1 to 5 accounts. You should be good. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
This is how we've helped over 50 agency owners so far build legit outbound machines that use data, personalize, and enrich their outbound messages so they get better response rates, they seem less spammy, and they actually book qualified calls and sign 5 to 20K month retainers on autopilot. Remember, that was just one part of the entire outbound machine. Obviously, the rest is personalization using Clay, how to actually create buyer intent filters with LinkedIn Sales Navigator, how we use AI and copywriting systems to perfect your outbound message. So if you're doing $15,000 a month or more in your marketing agency and you want to scale with higher ticket, larger retainers, and more inbound leads, basically, what you're going to want to do is click that first link right down below. It's a strategy playbook. It's a more step-by-step guide as to how I've been able to do this for my own marketing agency, and it breaks down the entire infrastructure that it takes for you to sign 5 to 20K month retainers with businesses. This isn't a course, it's a client acquisition machine. It's for founders who are ready to scale with precision and who are actually ready to get out of the endless rabbit hole of signing $1,000 to $2,000 month retainers, because I know how draining that is. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Check out that first link right down below. Peace.